What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I want to be breaking down for you exactly what I've got going on in a new ebook we put together that you guys can grab absolutely free. And so this is really just the secret to starting your real estate empire. I also kind of consider it the Discovering Your Why ebook. And so this ebook really covers some of the biggest mistakes I see real estate investors make, new real estate investors, I should say, when they start out on their journey to becoming or building their real estate empire. Far too often, people start off with the wrong process where they start off with a strategy or a tactic rather than actually discovering what their why is behind wanting to become a real estate investor first. So today we're just going to really dive into this ebook. I'm going to break down for you guys everything that's going on in regards to how to discover your why and some of my suggestions and best practices throughout this process. So again, there's a link in the video description down below. Really want to encourage you guys to go grab the ebook. We're really proud of what we've put together here. And this is actually just one of the multiple ebooks we've got together. But this one's specific to me and this one's special. So, most people only ever talk about investing in real estate. Understand that no one becomes wealthy through real estate by accident. And so far too often, people just want to get rich with real estate, but they're not willing to invest the time, the energy necessary to build this out into actually a real business, into a real roadmap towards success. So again, I'm just going to high level cover this, but two of the big mistakes or two of the real traps I see real estate investors fall victim to all the time is shiny object syndrome. So I call that SOS. So this is the tendency for real estate investors to chase a new market or a new strategy rather than staying focused on what they are previously committed to. So again, you might suffer from SOS or you might need SOS or be distressed and sending out an SOS message if you've switched investing strategies multiple times in a year. So oftentimes I see real estate investors, they discover my YouTube channel, they get really excited by the idea of getting control of their financial future. But the problem is they jump from strategy to strategy. So one week they see me talking about the BRRRR investment strategy and they decide, yes, I'm going to become a BRRRR investor. Then the next week they see a guest come on and talk about how awesome Airbnb is. The week after that, it's rent to own. The week after that, flipping and then wholesaling. I think you guys get the idea at this point. So again, if you're constantly changing your strategies without ever actually implementing them, without actually getting into a feedback loop, and this is the real key here. Lots of people suffer from shiny object syndrome for years and never get started because they're just hopping from idea to idea without ever executing. And then secondly, again, if you've already studied all these different strategies, Airbnb, BRRRR, flipping, wholesaling, private lending, rent to own, but you've never bought a property, that's probably a sign that you're currently suffering and struggling with SOS. And then the other side of this is analysis paralysis. So this really describes the tendency for new real estate investors to overthink or overanalyze a situation, a deal, or an opportunity. And so you might be suffering from AP, analysis paralysis, if you're focused on how to get your fifth property when you don't own two. So again, if you're trying to jump too far ahead, if you've bought courses, read books, and attended webinars, but you're not out there making offers. We've got a very simple philosophy in all my real estate businesses, and that's make more offers, do more deals. It's truly that simple, and yet way too often I find people overcomplicating or holding themselves back because they're suffering from things like analysis paralysis. They're thinking that, no, there must be another silver bullet that I need to discover before I can get started. You really just need to give yourself permission to jump in and start doing it. So if you've been talking about this for years but haven't got started, just know that you are absolutely right now suffering from analysis paralysis, but I'd like to think that this e-guide will help you find a way to solve that. And so again, the root of all these problems is there's no clear path or goal. You've got no sense of urgency and you don't believe in the goal. So again, all those three are likely true of you if you're currently not getting the level of success that you want in real estate investing. So jumping down here a little bit further, the two biggest mistakes that 99% of real estate investors make are choosing the market or strategy before setting a goal or discovering their why, or setting a vague goal that has no accountability built in. So if you're choosing a market or a strategy first, you're literally crazy in my world. It makes no sense to me. You don't actually have a real business there. You've just got an idea. You essentially have a hammer and you're walking around looking for nails. So for example, when we start to get dialed in just a little bit more, we can actually start setting ourselves up for success rather than planning for failure, which we've all heard A failure to plan is a plan for failure. But the reason that you're likely failing right now is you're being too vague with your goals. So what I want you guys to focus on is this process. It seems really simple, and yet it's absolutely critical. Why? To SMART goal, to strategy, to market. And that needs to be the way we approach real estate every single time. We need to start with our why. So why get into real estate investing? What does real estate investing mean to you, right? Then once we understand what that why is, we can dial in a SMART goal specific to it. And we'll explain SMART goals in a second. Then based upon that SMART goal, you can determine a strategy that's going to set you up for success, that's going to put you in a position to be more likely to hit your SMART goal. And then from that strategy, we can determine what market is right for you. So it literally almost stresses me out at this point when new investors start talking about, I want to invest in Sudbury. What strategy should I implement? I'm like, nope, that was definitely asked backwards. That makes no sense at all. So if you're looking for some additional resources on maybe trying to discover your why, I really want to encourage you to look into reading the book Start With Why from Simon Sinek. Amazing book, and it really explores through the lens more businesses, but the what, the how, and the why. And the why is really your purpose. And so when I'm thinking about the why when it comes to real estate investing, it often comes down to, what does real estate actually mean to you? And oftentimes people are going to tell me something like money. But again, that's way too vague. We need to get specific. What does money actually mean to you? What does wealth actually mean to you? So the best way that I know of to actually discover that is what's called the 7 levels why deep exercise. So this was originally created by, or at least originally told by Joe Stump, popularized by Dean Graziosi, and now you'll find lots of people talking about it. But the whole concept here is that we need to dig deeper into that idea of you want to make money. So specifically, if we're going through the 7 levels why deep exercise, it's going to look something like this. Why is real estate investing important to you? Well, a lot of people are going to answer that with, because I want to make money. Cool. But why is it important to make money? For a lot of us, well, it's important to make money because I want to quit my day job. Awesome, but let's keep getting a little bit more specific. So why is it important to quit your job? For some people, they just don't like their job. Maybe you want to spend more time with friends and family. Maybe you've got a passion project. Maybe there's a charity. Maybe it's art. Maybe it's just raising your family. But there's some other thing that you feel really drawn towards and you wish you could jump into. But right now, a lack of money is holding you back. And so you need passive income in order to continue the lifestyle you have, or to be able to go and pursue the dreams that you have. So next question again, why? So why is it important for you to quit your job and make passive income? Well, let's say for you, maybe it's because you want to spend more time with your family. Maybe you want to be that stay-at-home dad or that stay-at-home mom. So question, again, why is it actually important for you to spend more time with your family? Maybe you didn't have a great childhood, or maybe you had a great childhood, but your parents weren't able to spend as much time with you as you wish they could have. Maybe you want to give your children a different version of childhood. Maybe you don't want your children to wear masks for their entire life. I don't know. You figure out what's important to you. But again, once you figure out what's really important, what's the hill that you're willing to die on, putting in the work becomes easy. And putting in the work to build a plan and commit to that plan, again, becomes really easy. This is why sometimes when you see people, they have that, that scary moment, a health crisis, and all of a sudden they just go hard in a different direction and they completely clean up their lifestyle. Or that person that has a scare, right? Maybe a loved one, but whatever it is, or maybe a loved one gets financially finessed and has all their money stolen. All of a sudden you realize how important it is. Or a family member loses their job or loses their pension or their retirement savings. And again, all of a sudden you realize how important your financial future and building that financial fortress of solitude is going to be to your long-term goals and dreams and vision. But whatever it is, you need to spend time discovering what your why is. So in this case here, this was really just a 5 levels why deep exercise. Some people, they might need to go 15 levels. But what you want to do is hit what I call an emotional nerve. And so emotional nerve is that hill you're willing to die on, right? It's an idea, concept, a vision, a mission that you could easily just turn into a baby and start bawling over, right? Like it's that important to you. So again, I'll leave you guys to go deep into this, but in the e-guide, we've got this very simple little exercise you can fill out here in case that was too complicated. But again, it's literally just going to be, why is it important to you? It's important to me because of X. Well, why is X important to you? Well, it's because of Y. Well, why is Y important to you? Again, we're going to keep going until you start to get emotional, until you start to really open up and be honest with yourself. But once you've discovered that why, it's then time to build a SMART goal to start satisfying your why. So some common types of real estate goals I see based upon different people's whys. Some people want income replacement, and that's their SMART goal because they want to quit their job. Maybe it's before the traditional retirement age. Others maybe want to save up a retirement fund. So they want to allow to retire decades from now. So maybe they don't need to retire or quit their job immediately, but they want to have an earlier retirement than average. Others maybe just want a lump sum. Maybe it's just about saving up enough to pay for college tuition or for a big wedding or for that family cottage or compound. And for some of us, maybe it's just a calling. Maybe you want to build a business, build an empire, employ people, give back to your community, and you see real estate as one of the vehicles or means towards that. Again, when we get specific with our why, it becomes so much easier to get clarity when it comes to our SMART goal. So when I'm looking at what this could actually look like for individuals, oftentimes your why might be quit job, get passive income, I'm going to be family focused. Okay, well then let's build that into a goal. Well, that goal very well could be build up cash flow of $5,000 a month so I can quit my job. All right, well, based upon that, we can now start to get dialed in on what strategy is going to be right for you in your situation. Probably you're going to want some cash flow or to be a private lender if you want that $5,000 a month. So let's say you're going to invest in cash flowing rental properties. Well, now this makes it a lot easier to know what properties we should be focused on investing in, right? Hey, I've got a great deal on a condo in downtown Toronto that doesn't cash flow. Are you interested? No. Why? Doesn't fit within my why. So again, this is actually a very simple concept, guys, and yet so often we don't give ourselves permission to sit down and get clarity on what it is we're trying to do. And this also works if you're in business. So this isn't just unique to real estate investors. It's not even really unique to business. It's just kind of unique to the human condition, I'd say. But let's say that maybe your why was you want to buy a dream cottage or your dream family home compound. And so maybe the goal is you need to save up $500,000 for a down payment. Well, again, that strategy is going to dictate a different investment opportunity than wanting cash flow. So if we need to save up $500,000 in cash money, $5,000 a month in cash flow, that's going to take a really long time to get there, isn't it? Whereas instead, maybe we get into wholesaling or flipping or some other sort of active income stream, but whatever it is, and we're able to generate more active income in lump sums in a quicker period of time than we could have ever generated from cash flow. So again, this is really the key that's going to allow you to quickly understand what's the right strategy. And from that strategy, then you need to invest in a market where that strategy can be effective. So when we're getting dialed in on this process, I always love SMART goals. So SMART goals for me, and there's lots of different ways to spell it out, but I've always loved specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So specific, what do you want? I want $5,000 a month in passive, spendable cash flow because I need to quit my job because that's my why, which is spending more time with my family. Awesome. Very specific, very clear. Measurable. So we need to be able to track your progress to stay motivated, right? Can we measure that? Yes. How much cash flow do you have at this moment? I've got $100 a month in cash flow. Cool. Well, you need $4,900 more. What about achievable? Are you in control? Is it within your power to accomplish it? Are you allowed to buy cash flowing rental properties in your country? For the time being, the answer is yes. Realistic, given the available resources and time. Is the goal realistic? Has someone done this before, right? Do people make $5,000 a month in passive cash flow? Yep, they do. Story checks out. This is a realistic goal. And then finally, timely. So we need to set a specific timeline to hold ourselves accountable. So what's going to be your deadline? Maybe for some, it's I want to quit my day job in 5 years. Others maybe are more impatient. It's 1 year or bust. Other people, maybe I just want to save up and have a better retirement 20 years from now. Again, each one of those is going to allow us to build out a different roadmap to success. And if you guys are interested in building out that roadmap, I won't read off exactly how to build SMART goals, but we've got a great breakdown in this free ebook. Again, link in the video description down below. You guys can grab your free copy. But again, this last piece I want to share with you because this really shows the evolution of SMART goals. So oftentimes when someone starts talking to me at Cashflow Tribe, it looks like this. Hey, I want to quit my job. Cool. Anything else? Yeah, I'd like to quit my job and keep the lifestyle I have. Awesome. Okay, well, version 2 often looks like, well, how much do you spend on that lifestyle? Well, I spend about $5,000 a month to live the way I live. Okay, so we need to replace $5,000 a month. So version 3 of that goal may look like my goal is $5K per month in spendable cash flow from passive income sources because I don't want to build myself a job because I just said I want to quit the job to spend more time with family. What are our constraints? So review relevant strategies and markets, right? What sort of strategies can actually allow me to accomplish the goal I've set out for myself? What sort of markets are, favorable towards the strategy I need to implement in order to achieve my goal? And then V5 of this might look like confirming that strategy, market, and goal are all a fit. This is realistic. Someone's done it before. You're allowed to do it. In version 6, now it's simply time to reverse engineer the steps based upon the timeline you gave and set very clear milestones. So if I was looking to build up $5,000 a month in passive cash flow, and I want to accomplish that in a 5-year time horizon, maybe I'm going to focus on generating $1,000 a month in cash flow for 5 years. Now I know exactly what sort of properties I need to go buy. If you're interested in seeing a breakdown of exactly that goal setting process, we've got it in the ebook, so I won't bore you guys by getting deep into it. But again, for example, if you were looking on the lending side of the business, one of the ways we'd look at refining that is what's possible in regards to lending. What are the common interest rates charged by lenders? And what is the corresponding risk of losing the principal or not collecting the interest? So again, with any type of investment, there is a risk and reward. And we also need to make sure that that fits within what your individual goal is. So again, we've got a breakdown exactly of how to go about analyzing a local market. And I kind of share my local market of London, Ontario as an example. You guys can dive deep into these examples of SMART goals that you could actually implement. I literally have students in Cashflow Tribe implementing them today. But the one thing I want to leave you guys with is this is a quote I absolutely love from Bill Gates. And it's most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. And the reason they underestimate what they can do in 10 years is because they don't have a clear plan. There's no roadmap in place. They're simply stumbling along. And you'll accomplish a lot more in life if you're not stumbling. Trust me. So again, appreciate you guys watching this video. If you want to get more information on this, or you want to see me really talk to you in length at or about all this, you can go to Cashflow Tribe's website, and we've actually got a course all built around this ebook and this whole subject matter. So if you guys are already a Cashflow Tribe member, just jump over, join the group, check it out, and just grab the course. Otherwise, we do a free class once a week for non-Cashflow Tribe members. That's every Wednesday. I was teaching it last night, and we were talking about BRRRR investment strategy. So make sure you guys check that out. Again, you can sign up at cashflowtribe.com. But yeah, as far as next steps, you need to go and take the 7 levels deep exercise for yourself and figure out where real estate investing and why real estate investing fits in there. Then I'd encourage you to review Simon Sinek's golden circle in regards to your why and goal. And then finally, create a SMART goal that will satisfy your why. If you need examples, check it out in this ebook. Again, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this call. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this ebook. Let me know if you download this ebook in the comments. We really do appreciate your feedback. This is all just for free and for fun right now, but I actually get a lot of personal satisfaction. I personally think these ebooks are absolutely gorgeous. So shout out to Chad, our graphic designer that, works very hard and diligently on these. And it's some of the content I'm most proud of that we've made outside of just my YouTube channel in general. So again, hope you guys are enjoying these ebooks. We've got one on cottages. We've got one on ebooks. This one's on discovering your why and building your real estate empire. There's going to be a future one on why people fail at real estate investing. We've got a lot on the horizon. So make sure you guys are constantly checking out the links in our video descriptions, because that's where you grab all this stuff for free. I'll see you guys